Hello, I'm Ian, and welcome to the Young Filmmakers Project, the show where we take a look at all the young, creative filmmakers all across Vancouver Public Schools. On this episode, we have a collection of films from Vancouver School of Arts and Academics. The films took place in the Skills USA competition. The first film we're going to take a look at took first place. Check it out.
My name is Joseph Campbell. I believe in working hard, no questions asked. When I get up in the morning, I'm not wasting my time with any distractions. No, I get up, I get dressed, I get food, and I go to work. I've been named Employee of the Month 10 consecutive times. That's a record. I'm the most productive guy at the company, and they've noticed. In the past year, I've been promoted 3 times. That's a 0.53% bonus. But one day, this perfect routine was thrown off when outside of my work, I noticed something off. There was a man with a guitar, and he was just playing whatever was on his mind. I tried to tell him that this was a no soliciting area, and I was getting late for my meeting, and I couldn't risk being late that day. After all, at the meeting, they appointed me to the position of multimedia manager. That means I get to do some of the most important stuff that needs to be done, like stacking papers and filing papers and filling out papers and signing papers. I get to do that every single day, and I am happy. How couldn't I be? My life is perfect. This morning, after I got dressed, ate breakfast, and made my daily commute to work, I wondered if I would see the strange man again. Maybe he'd been caught for soliciting. That would be great. He was there again, playing the same old thing he'd been playing yesterday. Doesn't he have a job? Or anything else to do? Probably not. He probably hasn't worked a day in his life. Dropped out of high school even. Not like me. I actually contribute to society. Time for another day of work. I actually feel a little bad for him. I mean, it must suck to have no way to get money besides just playing music all the time. How do you even get in that position? I'm glad I made the right decisions. I didn't waste my time in college. I could have done music theory, and I definitely wanted to, but I knew that wasn't going to get me anywhere in the world once I graduated. So I did financial management instead. That was a good choice. My life's secure. I have enough money to do the stuff I want to do. I'm more content with things than the music man is, at least. He's got to get up every day and play for people in the cold. It must be degrading. I can't imagine how he can keep such a happy face on. It can't be possible that he actually is happy with what he's doing, can it? No way. I know what happiness is, and that is not it. Look at that. They finally must have kicked him out. He'll probably grift around still. What an unfortunate life. Wasted, all because he didn't make the right choices. That's what happens when you don't think ahead. You end up having no control over your life, always at the mercy of the money of the people you hardly know, having no time for anything fun, dying without an achievement to your name. He must have been a bad person. Everyone knows that bad people make bad decisions. I know the difference between the right choice and the wrong one. I'm in control of my life. I am happy. I am content.
All right, I'm now here with the team that produced, I believe the film's title you just told me, Nathan, No Soliciting.
Yeah, but
Congratulations on taking first.
Thanks.
I mean, it was exciting. I was glad that our hard work paid off, but it was also kind of sad to see our friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me about what is the kind of criteria, because this was for Skills USA, which is a competition. What is kind of the criteria going into this competition to make a film like this?
Well, so you have to have one partner, so it's two people, and they give you a prompt, and you have to make a film in 1 weekend, so 48 hours. I think this time they gave us 56 hours for this video, so there's some flexibility there. Our prompt this time was The Gift of Story, which is a very vague prompt. But yeah, you just kind of go wherever you want with that. And then in the competition, they watch your video and then have an interview with them. And that's sort of where they ask you questions about your process and how like your film connects to the prompt.
Did you guys, then was the idea totally fresh, or had this been something maybe you guys had thought about previously and then brought it to this? How did the idea come about, I guess?
It was pretty fresh. The first night, Nathan and I were just sort of like sitting, trying to spend the whole time thinking of something, because I think the first 5 hours of the competition, we just spent complaining about the prompt pretty much. But then we started to get some ideas going. And we never come up with, this beforehand. We just like sort of, I guess, came to it by thinking of different ways we could go with the prompt. And I wanted to have some sort of message about class in the film because I thought that it was a good opportunity to do that. And I guess that is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And Nathan was totally cool with it. And then the next morning, we just sort of banged out a story and went with it.
What was the production like on the film? Was it pretty easy once you locked in the idea, or did you run into some roadblocks?
Yeah, a lesson I've learned from doing this competition before was to get your actors on board beforehand, because that was also a problem we ran into this time, was finding people who were available and actually willing to help us with this competition, especially since it's so short term and kind of stressful. Camera equipment, stuff like getting shots, you kind of keep that simple just according to the prompt. But yeah, getting people who are actually willing to help work on your project is probably the hardest part.
And then I had an interesting question. As artists, you make films, but a film like this is for a competition. Do you still consider it like a part of your art, or do you just not think of it as like that kind of piece? Like, it's kind of an odd question, but this is like, this was made for a certain reason. Do you see it as a broader piece than what it was or is?
I think so. I think for me, the competition is more of an opportunity to like get inspired within the, because like I think that there is a lot of sense when you're trying to make a project that like if you just have complete freedom, then you're just going to stumble on something. But sometimes it really helps to have like, this is what you need to hit, and it gives you a direction to work toward. And I mean, this film I'm incredibly proud of. It's one of my favorite films that I've helped work on and that I've worked on with Nathan. So really, I just consider the competition an opportunity to do something, greater than just the competition. But it does help that you get a reward too for it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to add about that, or?
No, I pretty much agree with what he said. Having those guidelines kind of helps you create something that is personal, but also easy and not quick, but you know what I mean.
What do you guys get for taking first place? What is the kind of reward?
I think I have it right over here.
I think I have one somewhere over there. You just
Like a
get
trophy or something?
And then you get the pride of being able to say.
Like a medal. It looks
okay.
like this, but it's gold. So I mean, nothing like cash or anything, but it's still pretty cool, I think.
So Nathan, you're a junior. Timo, are you also a junior?
Yeah.
How many times have you guys competed in this?
I think this is Timo's first year competing in this, and then I also did it 3 times last year, regional, state, and nationals with a senior, but he graduated, so
Cool. What's next? What did you guys take first in like state or regional, or was that
We took
national?
state in, I mean, we took first in regionals, and normally we'd go on to state, but
With everything going on.
shut down the whole competition. But they're still doing a national competition of sorts. It's a little bit different, but they're giving people who competed in DCP the opportunity to submit another film. But they have not said very much about that, so I really don't know what it's going to be like.
yeah. I think there is going to be a cash prize for.
I do think so too. I think they said $5,600 or something.
Yeah.
Were you guys surprised how the film at the finished product you guys had worked on it, was there ever a moment you didn't think it was going to come together?
Yes. Yes.
Whole time, yeah.
Every single time I've ever worked on a DC project, I'm like, oh man, this ain't gonna work out the way I thought it was. But then you just kind of take a deep breath and you pull it together, and then it's not as
That's
bad as
kind
you
of
thought it's gonna be.
It's
like the
really
thing.
well produced and paced really well. It's beautifully shot. It is a very beautiful piece. You guys should both be very proud of it. So congratulations for taking first again.
Thank you.
My kind of wrap up question is, are you guys working on any, I know I spoke to Nathan a little bit before you got on Timo, but are you guys kind of have any kind of projects you're working on right now? Even though we're in these kind of weird times?
Right. For me, truthfully, I have a lot going on just because I really like to work off of other people, and I don't really have that opportunity right now. I'm trying my best, but it's really hard to produce content when this is going on.
Nathan, you were kind of talking about equipment, not having the equipment.
Yeah, I mean, I got my phone. I've been doing some more practice on screenwriting because that's not really my strong suit. I'm more of camera and actual like production, but when it comes to coming up with stories, my mind goes blank. So I've been trying to work on that as well.
Awesome. Well, guys, congratulations again. Thank you for being on the show with me today.
Thank you for having us.
Little something to acknowledge your success. And now we're going to check out the rest of the films from the digital cinema production competition.
I think it's time we told you how your grandfather died. My grandparents, your great-grandparents, always held the idea that one should appreciate all that one has. You see, they came from a different era, a colder era, one without kindness or hope. So they made their own. When they finally earned enough to buy the house, they were ecstatic. They never dared to dream they'd ever get that far. It swiftly became a well-lived-in home, and before long, it was time for them to accomplish their unreachable goal, their final touchstone on their path to living the life they were told they never could. Slowly but surely, they made the house their own. Filling every room with cribs and crude crayon art. They were a happy family, one full of love. But as the babies grew to adults and moved away,
great-grandmother decided to clear out the attic to store her happy memories. They told them it was a stroke. They never believed it. It wasn't long before great-grandfather became almost impossible for his children to talk to. He had become a sad, absent shell of the man they once admired. He made them sad. When he died wretched with grief. He left the house to my father. Your grandfather knew better than to feel joy when he inherited the house. It was an unspoken rule in his family that the house wasn't a gift. But a burden. Something to be guarded. He managed to make the best of his situation, raising me and 2 brothers to adulthood. We were happy. He was happy. Once again, the memories we left behind began to pile up, filling our childhood rooms. He did his best to keep everything dust-free, but as he ran out of things to lose, and he ran out of things to clean, he remembered the one remaining place in the house that had yet to be dusted. They told us it was a heart attack. We never believed it. After your grandfather passed, the house was left to me, and from there you know the story. We had our ups and we had our downs, but overall, we lived happily and without worry. We didn't have many rules, but when we did, we made sure that it was known how important it was to follow them. So you know, when I say this, that I mean it, and you should heed the words of your mother. Stay out of the attic.
Hey, how'd you sleep? Hello? Why aren't you responding? Leah! Hey! Hello? Why are you ignoring me? Hello? Did I do something? Hello? This isn't funny. Answer me! Can you see me? just might work.
Do you like it? I did this all for you.
I miss you.
I miss you too. More than you'll ever know.
Did you give this to me?
There's actually a backstory behind it in the Star Kitchen. One day, we went to the fair, and he won a ring toss game. And he won that as
That was really nice.
Oh, thank you. What's your name?
Jen.
Hi, I'm Derek. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
I don't know if I've been playing like the right wing, but remember how we went to the fair and I won that ring toss game and I got a prize, but I never showed you?
Yeah.
Well, this is the prize and I want you to have it.
This is so adorable. So that's how your mom met.
Yeah, she was the greatest gift that ever happened to me, and now you.
Well, that's a wrap on the Young Filmmakers Project. I want to thank all the students for submitting their films, and I want to thank you for watching and remind you that you can find past episodes of the Young Filmmakers Project on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/VanSDTV. Just look for the Young Filmmakers playlist. Until next time, I'm Ian.